Alright guys, I got a little shot timer app. They don't even make this app anymore, but it's made by Surefire and I was able to get it before they took it off. Great little app. You can set delay, everything just like you normally would a shot timer. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of go into things like draw time and stuff like that. Now I'm completely cold. Understand that your draw, when it occurs, is going to be cold in a real life scenario. It's not going to be out on the range where you've had 30 different times to actually try it. I'm completely cold. All I've done is I've gone ahead and just gassed up an airsoft just to kind of illustrate what an actual draw time would be in a close encounter scenario. And this is me, cold, non-practiced, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to illustrate this real quick and then we're going to continue on. So I got my delay set. Go ahead and hit start. Okay. 1.08. Alright, so we'll do that one more time just so that I stay cold and I don't get practiced at it. Okay, it's actually 1.02. I think it just the sensitivity of it, that 0.79, it actually picked up my draw, the sound of my draw. So you can see here that that's pretty fast. I'm not coming up to full extension. It's just from a compression or a retention type scenario. About a second is my draw time. You know, cold. Now that's actually pretty decent. You know, second and a half is on average where you want to be. If you're above that, you know, just kind of continue to work and build in repetitions and stuff like that. But what I wanted to show you was, I wanted to show you how the shot timer is not is really not the best tool for measuring your ability to react. And I'm going to just go ahead and illustrate that. What I've got is I've got the start delay set on 4 seconds, and most shot timers have a preset delay. Now I know some of the better ones you can actually randomize the delay, and if you can randomize it, that is by far the best, because you're going to end up with sometimes a 2-second delay, sometimes an 8-second delay. You'll end up with a random factor, which is what you want. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it the way that a lot of YouTube ninjas do it, and have a preset second, and I'm going to count audibly to show you how I can, by utilizing a known delay, how I can actually show faster shot times than what I'm actually capable of. So we're going to go back to timer. We're going to clear this out. Okay, it's clear, and I've got it on a delay, so I'm going to hit start and start counting. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can see once again it picked up the sound of my draw, the sound of me actually clearing the holster, but my shot time, it actually recorded is 0.84. Now, I've shot a 0.99 before, never shot a 0.84. So we're going to do it again. Alright, so I've cleared that out, and we're going to do it again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, once again it picked up the sound of my draw, but it's recording a 0.89 for the sound of the shot. So keep in mind, particularly when you're dealing with YouTube, you have the ability to edit, you have the ability to go back and fix things. You also have the ability with a shot timer to game the time. Alright, and by gaming it, what I'm referring to is you can manipulate certain aspects of it so that as far as the camera is concerned, it looks like you're shooting 5 shots in 0.6 seconds and so on and so forth. Realistically, keep in mind that everything is based on awareness and reaction. When that buzzer goes off, you can factor in a minimum 1/4 second reaction time. That's just the time for me to audibly hear the sound and send signals from my brain to my hands to start the motion to clear my garment. If you want to see a true representation of draw time, ask some of the YouTube gurus that you're dealing with to do so with a randomized time. Now, here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. There are people with skill levels far beyond mine who are capable of shooting sub-second draw times. However, if you want to validate and rule out all the BS, get them to randomize their shot timer so that the delay that's on there is not a preset formula. Because otherwise you can sit there and you can count in your head, you can start counting down, and then at very least you know your hand is already starting to move at the time or at the sound of the buzzer, and then you can get a quick draw time. So just to kind of illustrate here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zero out the time. I am going to turn on, right there it says random time or random start delay. Alright, now we're just going to set the timer next to the camera. I'm going to hit start and we're going to go from there. So the sensitivity is pretty high on this, but 0.75 is the sound of me clearing the holster. 1.02 is when the shot came, and then when I reholstered it recorded a 223 and 469. So we're going to go ahead and zero this out again, and we'll do it again. So once again, it's still on random. Okay. So 1.07, which is about right. For me, anywhere between, let's say, a 0.99 and a 1.1 is my average draw time, relatively cold, clearing from concealment. Once again, single hand clear. Realistically, this is why we use a 1.5 seconds draw time as a figure. It's not because in optimum range conditions you can shoot a 1.5 second draw time. It's because you should be able to shoot a second draw time to factor in for the fact that awareness and cold and the fact that you're not warmed up in practice and things like that, it's actually going to take you longer. So keep that in mind. This is why we use a 1.5 seconds as a basis, and don't go with 0.5s and stuff like that, which is just ridiculous. All right, so you guys train hard.